Hi, Rusty. Hey, Boots. Good morning. Good morning. Oh, such a good boy. That's my good boy. There's my good boys. Hi, Boots. Hi, Rusty. Hi. Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. Been here since, what, 5:30 we started our morning? Has it been 5:30? I have Rusty and Bootsy hanging out with me. Oh, Bootsy just jumped down. We had our breakfast. It's not Saturday, it's Friday. Zoe, I have a hard enough time keeping track what day it is. Hi. Say hi. Come here. Hi, sweetheart. Bootsy, what are you doing over there? Come here. Boots. Guys, these are the two dogs that we rescued from the horrific life that they were forced to live. And they were living in a trailer with no air conditioning and flea-infested, cockroach-infested, feces and urine. So neglected, in cages to boot, in cages. Rusty's amazing. He's absolutely amazing. Bootsy is the sweetest. He smiles now. He loves love. They're starting to really come around. Hey, Boots. Come here. Come here. Hi, sweetheart. Hi, sweetheart. I just took it off internet. Is it clear without the internet right now, or is it better with the internet? We're having some technical difficulties. We had our wonderful tech guy, Michael. He was here yesterday. Much better? Okay, so I'll keep it off. There's Bootsy. All ears in this house. All ears. Ears. Yes, I get tail wags. Okay, better before. Hold on. Come on, guys. Come on. Let's go. Let me know if that's better. I know I'm really frustrated. That's not fun. He's chilling out on the cabana, on the chaise that we received as a donation from Nana Christine and Bob when we opened this rescue house. How much more perfect could this be? The dogs love it. And Bootsy, what are you doing? You chasing a lizard? Come on, Rusty. It's getting hot. Come on, we got to get some other babies outside. I wanted to do a little update since I'm here of Rusty and Bootsy, how well they're doing. We have to get Bootsy neutered still. Come on, Rusty. Bootsy still needs to be neutered. And they are still looking for forever homes. They're sweet as can be. Sweet as can be. Well, you ready to go in? Are you ready? You letting me know? You ready, Rust? Come on, let's go inside your room. Come on, it's hot. Come on. Rusty gives me trouble. Come on, Rusty. He has a mind of his own. You smiling? Yes, he is smiling. Are you smiling at me? Come on, Rusty. Come on, Boots. Come on, babies. Show the routine. Show how smart you are. Come on, let's go. Oh. Come on, Rusty. He's nowhere to be found. Come on, Boots. Come on, Bootsy. Oh, turns around, doesn't want to come in. This is fun stuff. Come on. No. Oh. No. We're going in. What about a meatball? What about this? What about this? You want this? Come on, let's try it. Come on. Come on, Rust. Bootsy. Come on. LOL to you, Jamie Valcourt. Okay, I guess I'm going back outside because they're not ready yet. You don't want to go in? You want to stay outside? Okay. You know, we do have other dogs in this house that need to get outside. Okay, I hear you. I'm right here, Boots. I'm right here. I just shut the door. It's okay. Come on, let's go. What would I do without all of you? The door is shut. Their door's open. There's no dog in it. It's fine. What's happening here, Boots? I took his shirt off so he could get some fresh air. Yes, are you good boys? Are you my good boys? When I think of what they endured and the life that they've had to live, literally tears my heart out of my chest. And when I see, Bootsy's about 6 to 7, and Daddy's 8 to 9. Yeah. Thank you. Tiffany is on the other side. Wilson. Handing me mail. Thank you, Tiffany. Who's over there? Who's that? Huh? Stan is outside right now getting some outside time with Tiffany. He loves the pool, loves the water. He's still waiting for a loving home. Good boy, Stan. Good boy. I see you with that big toy in your mouth. I see you, Stanley. Stanley is waiting for the perfect home. Guys, I was just talking to Tiffany. It's very, very frustrating. I know a lot of you come on here and you're like, where are the videos of the big dogs? And Tiffany and I spoke and I said, you must do a video every single week updating House 1, even though, you know, they've been with us a while. We need to keep promoting and sharing and updating. Are they bonded? You're talking about Bootsy and Rusty. No, I mean, they're father and son. There's no major love affair. Do they like each other? Absolutely. Would it be awesome to get them in a home together? Of course. Do they need to stay together? No. They're just, I would definitely not recommend screaming loud children. It definitely would stress them out. There's no aggression whatsoever, but I see any kind of voices, if it's loud, they get a little spooky. They get spooked. So Adonis is fantastic. He's adopted, doing wonderful. But right now we're focusing on Bootsy. As you saw, I just showed Stanley on the other side. And what I was trying to say was, guys, we here at 100 Plus Abandoned Dogs of Everglades, Florida, we go for the dogs that need us, obviously, the most. To me, he's gorgeous. To some, maybe not the prettiest. They don't see through. They want the fluffy, the, you know, poofy, fluffy, hypoallergenic. And, you know, for me, as a president and founder of this organization, I've always gone for the underdog. I've always gone for the ones that nobody wants to touch, whether it be their medical condition, the financial condition, the needs. But I always go for those specific dogs that need us. So with that being said, right now we have in Rescue House 1 that we opened up over a year ago. We just re-signed a new lease on House 1, which is our big dogs and Dalton. When we first opened, we were bringing a lot of dogs in and out of this house. But unfortunately and sadly, my heart is very broken, and I will tell you why. I tell you the reason that my heart is sad is because I did not open these houses to become a sanctuary. I did not open these houses for dogs to live out their life. I opened these houses to save lives and keep saving, continue to save lives. No, this is all from fleas. This is all flea infestation, and all of his hair is going to grow back in. That is what this dog endured. Fleas eating at his body and chewing at him. That is why he looks the way he does. He's received his convenience shot, his medicated baths, vaccines, microchip, and deworming, blood work, and now we just have to neuter him. Rusty, hi Rusty. Rusty received his vaccines, his microchip. He was already neutered, thank God. He has very few teeth in his mouth, maybe a few in the back. He has his little tongue that sticks out. And what I was saying, I know I get a little distracted because I'm reading all these comments and I'm trying to respond. And I'm getting text messages at the same time. So forgive me if I seem a little scatterbrained. I'm really not. It's just trying to multitask, I should say. But house 2, as you can see, we took in Bootsy and an older dog who's 8 or 9, which is Rusty. We also have Max and CJ, and you know, they're not your typical social put on a leash and go for a walk. Waffle and Bryson have been with us. They don't do well meeting new people at first, but they're fantastic after you give them a chance. Romeo, who so fearful, not an ounce of aggression. Lala, who is a senior to the true definition of a senior, who has Cushing's disease. She cannot have any anesthesia. That means no spay, no nothing. She has to just be loved. Max is fantastic. He's still Max. Every day is a little tiny, I mean a speck of the size of a pin point. That's Max. So, you know, we have these dogs that are a little bit more challenging, and it's going to take longer, which also means that we're held up and we don't have room to take in others in need unless we, as a rescue, basically set up little pens. We've already turned our bathroom into, hi everybody, we've already turned our bathroom into a room for a dog. Yes. The dog from last night, you're talking about, we named him Gibby Gibson. He's the best. I love this dog. I have made an appointment after I received, if any of you may have missed it last night, I was like tagged all over social media, and that's how it works. They tag people that find dogs and need assistance. They tag rescues that can assist. So I jumped on and I sent my a phone number, asked her to call me. She called me within a second. Carol and I jumped in our car and literally drove there and picked up the dog. He is completely matted to the skin. He has mats every inch of his body. He has a big, thick indentation around his entire neck, where, to me, from experience in rescue, hi boys, leads me to believe that he was tied or tethered somewhere. And basically either broke away or they just decided to throw him on the street. The girl that was walking her dog, aggressive dog, said that he followed her all the way home. And she could not take him inside because of her dog. So she put him in the backyard, and that's when she reached out for assistance. He's beyond matted. Stinks like to high heaven. I was pulling sticks and I don't even know what's in this dog's coat. It's just embedded everywhere. So I did make an appointment with our awesome groomer, Michael, at 11 o'clock this morning. I will be taking little Gibby Gibson, all of 6 pounds, to get groomed. And then I will take him to his vet appointment at 2:30 to see Dr. Clark. I love the wind chimes too, thank you. Take him to see Dr. Clark to get his vetting, his blood work, his vaccines, microchip, and deworming and all that. He's already neutered, so that's one less thing we have to worry about. No surgery there. Just pray to God he's heartworm negative. What else can I tell you? All the big dogs that are at Rescue House 1. What happens is these dogs become very protective over their domain. They think that our rescue house is now their home. They become protective. So with these larger dogs, we are very limited to let new people come in. We can't just let random people go in their room, random people come outside when they're in the backyard, and we are doing this for their protection. You know, Dalton, we received a plea from the animal hospital after the firefighters of Fort Lauderdale had found him hit by a car, completely shattered, and he was in 24-hour hospital for a long time. $12,000 later to save Dalton, and he is dog friendly. He's been over here at House 2 playing with the littles. We've had him for too long. He's been with us too long. He's a special case. He gets very stimulated when you are touching and giving him love, and then when you stop, he'll go to bite. Not aggressive, but he's a tough one. So we need to find the right home for him. No children, and somebody that understands what the true definition of a rescue is. So there's Dalton. Albert, as you know, over 4+ years, over $40,000 on that dog. You know, he's been through so much. We are so grateful for our wonderful foster Robin, who literally picks him up every evening after work, takes him home, he sleeps in bed with her, and then when she goes to work, she drops him back off at the rescue house, and he's here with us during the day. He is with her on the weekends. So that's Albert. Stanley. Stanley needs a person that will understand him. You know, he can't stand a lot of loud noise. Stanley is a sweetheart, but he's also that dog that requires the right owner that will understand him. I would not put him in a home with children. That is for his protection, because kids are kids, and if they start yelling and screaming and waving their hands, then it could turn into something that could potentially put Stanley's life at harm. Gage and Godiva, what can I say more about those two? They are absolutely the most loving, fun, beautiful, healthy, somebody with a couple. I see them with a loving person or a couple, you know, that has a beautiful high fenced yard where they can run and frolic and cuddle and be loved and live in a home. They think this is their home. You know, Gage has been with us since he's been a 5-week-old puppy, and Mommy's been with us since the day we rescued her. So that's Gage and Godiva. Sam and Susie. Sam and Zaja's great. She's perfection. I don't even know why she's here. 4-pound Chihuahua that just wants to be in a lap. All vetted, perfect, potty trained. I don't understand why we still have a 4-pound Chihuahua here. I don't get it. That's Jaja. And she was turned in by her owner. Tonio went home to a previous adopter. He's not leaving. They're perfection together. He actually brought our 100+ dog, Popeye, that we rescued from a hoarding case, out of his shell after he lost his sibling with our adopter. He has been super depressed, and Tonio brought him back to life. Ava is with Foster, and she's keeping Ava. And I will tell you, what happened with Ava is Ava has been coughing, and Mandy, our foster, took Ava to our vet, where she was diagnosed with a very enlarged heart. Echocardiogram was done. She has a shoulder that's out of socket. She has a luxating patella. She's 4 pounds. And I can't even tell you the cost of what we've had to spend on little 4-pound Chihuahua Ava that we took in from Susan's property in Homestead. There was somebody that was basically putting out negative on our organization, which I've since blocked and deleted from my feed. I will never see her again. Basically saying that we left dogs behind on Susan's property. There are well over 40 dogs. We took in 16 when we went out there to rescue 10 puppies because we had a foster in place and no room for any other dogs. But still, we scrambled to rescue 3 Chihuahuas, a poodle that was infested with fleas, which is now adopted, and I got an update about Pink Floyd, who's living the dream, Velcro, who's living the dream, and Spanky, who was living in a barn with no air conditioning. And the other dog that was in the barn was an aggressive pit bull, the words from Susan's mouth, was in a cage, and that Spanky was the only dog that the pit bull would tolerate. So my question was, should I have left Spanky in a barn to live in a barn with no AC because the pit bull was able to play with Spanky for 10-15 minutes or whatever it is throughout the day? I don't know how many times a day that they were let out, but we were asked to help, which is what we did. We took more than we could and our share. Like I stated, Ava, she was saying something about us asking for donations. Well, of course we're going to ask for donations. How are we supposed to continue to save all these lives? Ava the Chihuahua, which I'd be more than happy to post all the vet bills once I receive them. The echocardiogram was done. She's been put on heart medication. She needs to see a board certified surgeon to figure out what we're going to do with the shoulder. She's on gabapentin for pain, and the foster wants to keep her but doesn't have the funds. So I told Mandy that I would provide all medical for the rest of her life through 100 Plus if she would love her and keep her, because that's going to be a very hard dog to find a home for. And she cried and she agreed, because she just went through losing her Chihuahua that put her in the hole for almost $15,000. You know that we are transparent. You know that we hide nothing from you. Everything we do is just like this. They are live video feeds. There is no editing. It is raw. It is from our hearts. It is exactly what is happening in the moment. There's no foofy. And there's no pretending. We speak the truth, and sometimes people don't want to hear the truth. So what I would like to say is thank you to all of you who do love and support 100 Plus, and on a continued basis to allow us to continue to save all these lives that we save. We opened Rescue House 2 April 14th. We're at 86 dogs to date. Just this house alone that we have rescued and vetted, and you know from watching us, Sonica, $7,000, Wendy, over $7,000 for surgeries. The list goes on and on and on. Just running these dogs back and forth to the vets to have, extra x-rays and ultrasounds and 24-hour animal hospitals on top of the regular vetting because they're not acting right. One of the comments was, we know you only go to the expensive doctors, the 24-hour doctors. Well, you're absolutely damn straight. Because when 100 Plus touches a rescue and we make them a promise, our promise is they're going to get the best of everything, or we have no right to touch that dog. That is my opinion, and that is my right as a founder and president of an organization. I can tell you that each one of these rescues are treated as if they are my personal dog, and I would only do the very best for my personal dog. So our dogs here, each and every one of them, are going to receive the best and nothing but the best. Yes, they are fools, Miss Angel's son, and we'll let them stay the fools that they are. We stay focused on the good and all the love that these dogs require. The time, the love, the energy. They need us. They're nothing without us. We are their voice. We do everything for them. They can't do anything for themselves. I wish you were closer to Tammy. I would love to have all these wonderful supporters closer. It would be fantastic. Let me also, for any volunteers that are interested in volunteering, I will tell you, like I said and went through everything with Rescue House 1, I'm just showing you, we've got some really tough situations right now. So we have to be very careful. We can't just let random people come in and visit with the dogs. House 2, we have volunteer hours. Remember, this house is ran solely by, Shelly and Keith, who basically live here 5 days, 5 nights. I am here when they're not here, a couple of nights and days. So when they are here, this is their home. And we ask all of our current volunteers and any future volunteers to understand that this is their home and we need to respect that. So we have visiting hours are from 11 to 2, 11 to 3. And if you are interested in meeting our dogs or, spending time, you need to reach out to me. You can send me an email. You can send a private notification on Facebook, and I will absolutely answer you. So I hope you understand when I say that it's just not an open door where people can come in and out. We need to respect the house 2 with Shelly and Keith, because it is their home when they're here. We need to respect the dogs in house 1 because they are challenging, some of them, and we can't just let random people walk in and out of the house. It is protecting them. We are working daily with our volunteers that they are very comfortable and familiar with, and that's a lot of volunteers. At house 1, I am going to just name off some that are here on a regular, when I name them off, I mean a regular basis, meaning every single week, they have their hours that they help cover. And we know that Tiffany is there 5 days a week. We know that Colleen is there. I don't know how many days she puts in, a lot. Kathy is there. And then we have Darla and Laura, who are there a lot. They also cover night shifts. We have Leslie, who's amazing. You know, all these people that are covering the days, the nights, to make sure that our dogs are really well taken care of. You know, from 7:30 in the morning, 7 a.m. in the morning, 7 to 7:30, till 11:30 at night. These dogs are rotated, they're taken out in the yard. Some of them get car rides, they get walks. What can I tell you? We are doing the very, very, very best that we can. We just had our 8-year anniversary with 4,000, almost 4,000 lives saved. That's for dogs, and then we have hundreds of cats we have saved over the years. So it's a lot. A lot of emails come in. We do the best that we can answering. If it is a very highly desirable dog, we could receive hundreds and hundreds of emails, and there's no way that we can answer each and every email. So please understand, I reiterate this very frequently, that if you send in an email and you do not get a response, please understand the reason is either A, you're not a match, or B, the dog has multiple applications and it is already spoken for. So all I can tell you is we do the best we can. I can tell you that I answer every single phone call, whether it is for people trying to reach fundraising, people trying to adopt a dog, foster a dog, call in an animal cruelty case, ask questions. This morning I woke up to, literally it started at 8 o'clock this morning. I got a call, hi, do you do blood transfusions on dogs? And I said, no, we are not an animal hospital. And they said, thanks, and hung up on me. The next call, somebody was inquiring about one of our dogs. They lost their dog, an elderly couple. When I started asking questions, sadly the wife has dementia, and she's the sole person that provides the walks and the care because the husband is not able to walk. Now please understand, my heart hurts for this situation for this couple, but I cannot in a good conscience place an animal, a rescue, into a home where sadly dementia, I can't have a dog being forgotten somewhere, or being lost, and they have a pool without a baby fence on it. So after literally about a 40-minute conversation explaining this to the gentleman, he thanked me, and I said, you know, you really need to think about this before getting another dog, and he agreed. So hopefully I educated him and explained it in detail, and he understood where I was coming from. It's very sad because we could all be there one day. I feel I do, Susan, need to explain because a lot of people ask questions, so I like to put all this out there for any of you. Maybe you don't even, I don't know, maybe you just hopped on this video and you're just listening to me for the first time. You know, I don't want to just assume when I go live or do a video that everybody that's watching is one of our wonderful longtime supporters that knows the ins and outs of 100 Plus. So I think this is educating. I think that it's educating for other people that are watching, for people that maybe find a dog, for questions they need to ask before placement of a dog in a new home. A dog is for life. It is a child, and they never grow out. They depend on you for everything. Every single thing to get through a day of their life for the rest of their lives. So please remember that when you consider opening up your home to a rescue, or any animal for that matter, whether it's a dog, a cat, a bird, a fish. My own brother, I went to his home and the kids wanted a fish tank, and I looked at the fish tank and it was not properly cared for, and my wife and I screamed at them, basically. Rescuing fish, it's all set, taken care of now, but these living, breathing creatures, they depend on us for everything. Yes, Leanne, Salty, I updated, and stay with me because he has a 11 o'clock grooming with Michael, and then he's going to his vet appointment at 2:30. So I will do the big reveal. I do have a foster lined up for, oh, Salty, I'm sorry, Salty, you're talking about the senior Maltese. Sorry, I thought you were talking about Gibby Gibson. Salty, oh, okay. Salty was found on the streets of Miami roaming in traffic, and the girl that found him reached out. She's a follower of ours, and yes, we said yes. She brought him here late that evening. Later that evening, the owner came forward. We found out that the owner was very ill, only spoke Spanish. So I was on the phone with her, who speaks Spanish, and Zoe, like a conference call, trying to ask a lot of questions. We were told that her son would bring Salty to her home 3 times a week to visit. She had a stroke, she has cancer, and she's had him since he was a puppy. The son works a lot of hours, and he opened the door and let Salty outside, where Salty wandered off down the street in traffic. We almost got hit by a car. We were trying to explain to them, the granddaughter called asking if they were going to get their dog back. And I said, listen, of course I want nothing more than to return your dog home, but we have to make sure it is a safe place, so we need to ask questions and make sure that that we're all on the same page. Legally, I don't have a leg to stand on. They could fight me and get their dog back, and so after a long conversation, hours, the owner stated that she could not take care of him, and she knew that the right thing to do was to surrender him where we could find him a loving home. He's about 8 or 9, and he has really bad teeth. He's not neutered. I need to get him checked over. So they did say that they got a new Chihuahua in the Salty home, and the Chihuahua was very, very aggressive with Salty, and was beating up on Salty, and Salty was hiding in the corner of the room, and that is no life for a dog. So Salty is here with us, and we will do our due diligence to find him the best, forever loving home. He's older, and he's quiet, and he's chill. If you're looking for an active, playful dog, that's not Salty. He just wants a comfy spot and a loving lap, somebody that's going to love him. That's the Maltese Salty. So all these situations are very, very sad. It's very hard. There's a lot of things that go on behind the scene. Every time we take in a dog, we ask for you to support us by making a donation. I noticed lately that the donations are not coming in, whether you think because the dog looks clean and doesn't need assistance. Not the case. Ava, as an example, she was spayed, and she was vaccinated, and here we are with a major heart condition, an enlarged heart, and a shoulder problem, and a luxating patella problem. So that dog could end up costing us $3,000 to $5,000, and you're talking lifelong that we are responsible for her now. So that could be in the thousands and thousands to give the Ava a loving home. And while we have these dogs under our care, all the medical that come about that we are responsible for. So all of you 166 people that are watching this video, please, we're asking for your help making a donation. If it's $1, it's $166. Don't think $1 is too small and it doesn't make a difference, because it adds up, and it does. That $166 could be enough to pay for a spay or neuter. Adonis is very ill. Adonis is fantastic. He's perfect. He's doing wonderful. He got adopted. I thought you were talking about Atticus. Atticus is a previous 100+ dog that I shared this morning. I love Stephanie Schneider-Moore and her husband and her family. They've adopted 5, 6, 7 dogs from us, and Atticus they adopted as a puppy, and he is very, very ill. She has spent thousands and thousands of dollars to help him. He is in liver failure, and she is heartbroken beyond words. That dog is her heart. So I wanted to share and ask for all your prayers for Atticus. The post is on our page. I have the goosebumps talking about it. He's too young. He's too young to be leaving us anytime soon. Thank you for your prayers, and I want to say thank you in advance. If you can make a donation, please do so. I will add the link. If you're more comfortable calling in a donation directly to the animal hospital, I can put the phone number up and just say it's for 100+. It goes towards our outstanding balance. I just paid $8,000 off of our to pay down our $14,000 outstanding balance at the IP Imperial Point VCA Animal Hospital on Commercial Boulevard. So I'm tired of talking this morning. I really want to get back to the dogs, and I want to say thank you for listening, and thank you for your love and your support, and keep supporting so we can keep going. This is Amy with 100 Plus Abandoned Dogs of Everglades, Florida, on this beautiful Friday morning with our lots of updates, lots and lots. Stay tuned, because I will be bringing you back with the newest rescue from last night, who is Gibby Gibson, after his groom and his medical. God bless you too. Everybody, remember, be kind to one another. Life is short, life is precious, every day is a gift, and I'll see you back soon.